Alright, hey everyone, I'm going to show an alternative to the T-Mobile home internet or Verizon home internet or other internet services that are designed to be in a fixed location, because this unit here is from a company called Cyberonic that is really tailoring to those truly mobile folks that want to have a internet service that goes with them anywhere they go, in at least in the U.S., and will work, and it'll be one flat fee. You don't have to break any rules to make it happen. If you've been watching my channel or being aware of the industry, T-Mobile home internet has been heavily used really in the past for RV campers, truckers that are over-the-road truckers that use it on the go, but they've been starting to clamp down. Now there's a little bit of controversy there because they kind of say they're going to do it, and I hear some stories that they're canceling people's services or moving them to this expensive $160 a month away plan. And then some other people says that there still is work, so it's kind of a little bit still up in the air as far as exactly how hard they're implementing it. But it's very clear that T-Mobile wants to crack down, and I've seen Verizon cracking down on stuff as well. So I think there is a demand here, and Cyberonic has been around for many decades, and in fact they've been really servicing, back when hardwired was the most common there, with DSL and other forms of internet, and now they've been getting more and more into the cellular side of the internet. So they really just launched a new line of plans, and some of them start as low as $79 a month. So I want to kind of cover them as far as what do they offer, why you might be interested in doing that, the hardware that they give you for free, and I'm going to log into it and show you some settings, and then of course what kind of speeds you can actually expect from it. Alright, so Cyberonic offers really four main plans for cellular right now, and the cheapest one is $79 a month. It uses 4G LTE signal, so it does not use any of the 5G networks. And then it does have a limit of 300 gigs a month of data. So, it does cap out at that 300 gigs a month. If you don't use that much, it might actually be a really good plan that allows you to go anywhere that you get signal. And one cool thing about one of their plans, I'll talk about that in a second here, is that it auto selects the different carriers. So AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, even US Cellular, it will automatically switch between those based off what the signal availability is. You don't have to worry about, hey, do I get AT&T here or whatnot. It automatically will switch over for you. Alright, so the second plan is their 4G LTE plan again, but this time with unlimited data. So that one is going to be $119 a month, and again you can travel anywhere in the US with it. Now that one I believe is still fixed to a single carrier, and I'm not exactly sure which carrier they're using. We'll have to reach out and get clarity on that. So their third plan is a 4G LTE plan still, but it's using what they call an eSIM, which is what supposedly I have here. I do see there is a physical SIM in the unit itself, so the eSIM part might be because it can switch different carriers. So this one is able to switch between T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, and US Cellular, and it does that on its own. I don't believe there's a way you can even pick it, but perhaps if you email them or talk to them for a specific reason, they can lock you onto a single carrier if you really needed that. But that's kind of the benefit of it, is that it allows the device itself to pick whatever carrier it thinks gets the best signal with wherever you're at. So that one is the $139 a month. Alright, and then the fourth one is still at that $139 a month price point, but this one uses 5G internet service, and so that one has faster capability. Now it appears that one is just on a single carrier, and they don't specify exactly what carrier that is, but that is a very attractive one compared to something like the T-Mobile or Starlink unlimited plans that are much more expensive than that $139 price point. So for me, I have what I'm calling the third plan, which is the unlimited 4G LTE, and it can use any carrier that is available or the best carrier available. So that's what I have, so I'll test it out. What I'll first do here is log into it and show you what the settings are with this unit. They obviously buy this hardware now. You do get the hardware for free. You have to pay an activation fee, but with my referral code Tater, you do get a $50 discount on that. And then there's like a 10-day trial period that you get to test it out and see if you like it. There are no like hidden fees there if you want to return it within that time frame, but you do have to pay the shipping to get the unit back to them. So, you know, they're pretty confident in their product and it has a lot of flexibility there, but they do give you a little bit of time to test it out. But it's not a complete free test out because you got to pay the shipping and whatnot in there as well. Alright, now so before I log into it, I'm going to show you what they include. So they obviously include this router itself. Now this one is a Cat 12 4G LTE modem. So that's not like the latest and greatest. If you see my channel, I do have third-party gateways that are routers and modems built together. And some of them are the latest and greatest, and so they have a lot of capability. This one is not the latest, but it still has a capable 4G modem in it for sure. And technically, I think its fastest speeds are like theoretical speeds for this modem is like 600 megabits per second down and 150 up. You'll never achieve that with that, but just know that the modem is capable of decent speeds, but because it's not the latest and greatest, it's not going to be able to do as much carrier aggregation or other kind of neat features there. So I think this allows up to 3x carrier aggregation, so meaning you can connect to 3 bands. And then they do actually provide a antenna here. They include this 20-foot long. This is LMR 400, which is actually one of the better higher end cables. So it is nice that they include that, and then you get an adapter here to get from the type-in connection to the SMA connection that's on the back of this unit. But what I will say here is that this is just a single antenna, and if you know anything about some of this cellular stuff, especially the newer cellular stuff, they're really wanting a 2x2 or a 4x4 MIMO antenna to get the best performance. And you can see here this gateway itself has 4 antennas here in a setup here. So ideally you want to test this with a 2x2 or a 4x4, not just a single log periodic directional antenna. So I'll do some of that testing later, but let me log in real fast and just show you what kind of settings this unit has. Alright, so what I did is I connected my tablet to the Wi-Fi of this unit. The Wi-Fi is included on the paper. So all you do is go to 192.168.1.1 as a address in a browser. Now that's on the bottom sticker of the unit as well, so you don't have to remember that. Also on that sticker it has the username is user and the password is admin by default. You of course can change that if you want a more secure setup. So when I log into it, I can see the status here is telling me a little bit of information about it, how long it's been on for, my memory, my network, any type of devices connected to it. I can see obviously the MAC address, any of this signal information. Now I'm in my basement, so I get poor signal, poor cellular signal in my basement. That's pretty normal. Alright, so the system stuff is really not that relevant for this discussion, but the modem one, I can go in here and see my cellular information. This is where you can see your signal level and the operator. So that's probably the most important. It doesn't give you very detailed information from the cellular standpoint. I would love to see, you know, my advanced cellular metrics like my signal strength, my signal quality, my signal to noise ratio. But this just gives me a signal level, which they put as a 0 to 5 rating. And down here in the basement I get a 3. And then you can see that it's on a T-Mobile operator with 4G technology. So that seems to jive with what I'm paying for here with this service, which is their 4G only service. Now they do have some VPN where they allow OpenVPN to be inputted here. So if you have something that works with that, and then I saw WireGuard as well as options that are built into this router right from out of the box. As far as services, you can schedule a reboot for this unit. So if that's something you want to do, that's there. And then the network for the wireless, you can of course change the wireless name. You can change the encryption type. You can have a guest access in here. So those are all things that you can change on this unit. Okay, and then it does actually look like it allows you to assign VLANs to different switches there. So if that's something of interest to you, this does actually support that. Here's the guest Wi-Fi I was talking about, so you can set up a guest Wi-Fi. That really helps with separating out your guests from your main network, so it's going to limit their access to your other devices on the network. Obviously, you can set up your DHCP server and DNS servers in here on your own with the device. Now, if you need a DNS mask or anything, that is things that you can adjust here in the gateway as well. And then last, it does have a built-in speed test feature that you can actually tell it to run a speed test for you. Alright, so down here in the basement, I really don't get a great signal for connection, so I'm going to move this up to the third floor where I put my other routers or gateways, and I'm going to test that speed and get back to you. Alright, so here is the modem cell information, and you can see here that it tells me that the modem's ready. The signal is 4 out of 5. You can see there your dBm, so -99 and -100 for that signal strength there. Shows me I'm on AT&T and that I am indeed on 4G. So if we do a speed test here, let's see what we get with speedtest.net. Alright, so that was very usable speed. 50 down and 10 up is more than enough for 4K streaming. You can also do video conferencing with that kind of stuff. It's not the fastest speeds by far that I've gotten out of my signals I have in my house. So I know there's more capability there, especially with 5G. And to be fair, I did not even test out their antenna setup at all. So stay tuned for a new video. I'll test out their antenna. I'll also add on my 4x4 MIMO antennas to see if that can drastically help. And that testing I did just now was with the AT&T service. You can't force it, at least in the settings or anything, on which carrier it picks, but I'll see if I can mess around with it and see if I can test out some T-Mobile or Verizon signals as well. Those will be coming up in future videos. If you have questions about this, please put them down in the comments below. I do read those comments and I will respond to them. So put anything there, and then of course stay tuned and consider subscribing to my channel so you get more videos like this. So thanks and take care.